Politics as usual, episode 50. Now that we finally started counting episodes again, episode 50, off a 3-week hiatus. Ronnie is here. I am here. Joey P is here. Phil is here. How did everyone spend their 3 weeks away from the pod? Can you hear us?
No, I don't think Joe can hear us.
Oh,
okay.
I was trying to figure out what that noise was. That's why I was quiet.
Oh, Ronnie, how'd you spend your past few weeks?
Well, I was chilling. Anniversary last weekend, and
Congratulations, happy anniversary.
So that's all I've been doing. So
all right, Joe.
How'd I spend my Juneteenth? Yeah, spent that soccer tournaments pretty much all day, every day.
All right. Fee, aside from yelling at children.
Yeah, my apartment is filled with 5 kids, so I've been whooping a lot of ass, handing out a lot of punishments. He going to the grocery store a lot, man.
Hey, that's real.
Bruh, snacks go so fast when there's 5 people in here wanting to eat, and not excluding myself from when I had a munchie. So
he has the glory of having 5 out of 6 of my mother's grandchildren in his apartment at once. When we went to Ohio a couple weeks ago, they brought them back. So not only were we dealing with cicada attacks up there. Everybody had PTSD from them shits for me.
Hey, I was driving. I was getting ready to go pick him up from the airport. And I walk from the hotel, get in the car, and I'm like being all calm and cool. And I'm driving, and I'm like, I think I see something on my shoulder. I'm like, man, them cicadas got you tripping, because they was literally like suicide bombing into the car, like the whole time. Like once I got on I-71, like from pretty much from Cincinnati all the way up to Dayton, they was like just suicide bombing the car. So I think I see something on my shoulder. I'm tweaking. I'm like, man, boy, you just paranoid. Them cicadas got you tripping. And then as we drive, I'm getting ready to merge onto the highway. I just hear something just start screaming in my ear, like, ah! And I'm like, oh shit. I knock it off. So I got my foot on the gas, trying to merge on the highway with my right foot. Then I'm trying to 8-town stump this nigga out with my left foot. My son in the back screaming. My mom like, pull the car over. So finally I get off, pull the car over, and kill it and kick it out the car. But the rest of the time, that happened on Friday. And up until Sunday, I don't think I left the hotel unless it was like need to know basis, because I was just like, nah, I'm not dealing with these things, bro.
When he got me from the airport, like we're driving back to the hotel from the airport, and they're like one like flies up toward the driver's side window and he like flinching his shit. My mom and sister are like screaming and yelling every time they have to go from the car to walk indoors. We had to drop my sister off somewhere. She's like, "Can you walk me to the door?" I'm like, "The fuck you want me to do against the damn cicada?"
Come on, man.
I smashed one in the door like as I was getting in the car. Like they were so prevalent that like I was just getting in the car, shutting the door, and one got caught in the door well and killed it. And I didn't see it till I opened it back up because my sister was like, "There's one in the car. There's one." I'm like, "It ain't one in the damn car. I'd have seen it by now and I'd have killed it," because they wasn't really phasing me. And then when I was getting out, I saw the motherfucker drop from the door. Well, I was like, "God damn, these motherfuckers is relentless."
They out here.
Like they just yelling, peeing, and fucking. Like they just wilding the fuck out. I said when we got there, I said I'm shocked no one, like the way they yell. I'm shocked nobody has done a Return of the Mac like video with one of the cicadas yelling. Then you pop out like, ah!
Come on, man.
Oh yeah. I tried. Hey, they tried to tell us so. But I guess you didn't. Know. Chuck is in the chat. Chuck, if you want to hop in, let me know. I'll DM you a link. McDeedus is here. So yeah, man, we made it to 50 episodes. When we started this thing, what was that? 2 years ago?
That was like 2018. Like the first timestamp says 2018.
Damn, so we're coming up on 3 years ago. Yeah, it was 2018 because I was back here in 2019. So yeah, like it was like August of 2018. I think was the first episode the Club Monster episode.
No, we did that interview.
No, I mean after we went came from seeing them at
yeah,
Saturday.
yeah. That was it.
So Ronnie and I we had an idea. We just kind of wanted to do a show like bi-weekly. Our friends over at Trim Grooming Lounge in Birmingham. Shout out to T, shout out to Reed, shout out to Ryan. The whole gang over there. They were gracious enough to let us use their space. And every other week we came in and we did our thing, and started bringing guests in. Fee was a guest, Plano Marcus was a guest, and it turned into this. And here we are. Pandemic brought it back. After I left, I didn't think we'd be able to do it again, but pandemic brought it back. We added Fee, we've added Joe. We in this motherfucker.
Yeah, that was like the one good thing that came out of the pandemic, because we stopped doing it like when you moved up to Charlotte.
Yeah.
But then the pandemic happened. It was like, we don't got shit else to do. We quarantined right now. Let's just bring it back through StreamYard. And I mean, and this is kind of like a better format,
Yeah.
Like I prefer this much more than how we were doing it before.
I mean, we don't get to see people almost kill themselves going
that's the
down
thing
that
we're missing.
runway. Because the one thing that Joe, like if you watch the early episode, there's a moment from like each of the first 12 episodes where we all just look over like out the window that we're looking at that's in front of us, because somebody's always going the wrong way down that runway. I have like mad screenshots of this shit. I have to post them. But like there's
That's
one.
crazy.
Chuck is correct. We do get to almost lose patience live on stream.
Yeah.
So Fee, you now part of the cast permanently. Give your thoughts and on the show, and how it's been for you.
I enjoy it when we are gonna do it. I thoroughly look forward to doing it, because it's another extension for like we have a PS5 or PlayStation chat that we normally talk in, but it's different to get other people's thoughts, other people's opinions, and it's just a space for me to like talk shit without no interruptions, with nobody not like we don't really argue. Everybody get the floor and we respectfully disagree. Like PlayStation chat, way more hostile. You get called all type of bitch ass niggas in there. So this a nicer area to get some hot takes off, because niggas be having some hot takes. So I enjoy it, bro.
Joe, you're the newest one here. How about yourself, brother?
Honestly, man, I'm just grateful to be here, man. Like I said, I respect everything you guys got going on. However, y'all niggas want to utilize me, need me, trust me, I'm here. Support. That's really all I'm here for, man. I don't do too much. I try not to talk too much crazy shit unless y'all niggas ask me to, but it is what it is. Krillin is still the best, point blank period, but it is what it is.
Like, you're a much welcome addition, because I remember the first episode we had you on, we were like, no, Joe, what do you really think? What do you really think? Do you like pause for a second? He's like, nah, this shit dirt. I'm gonna be real with you. so that's what we were missing. So you're a much welcome addition to the show.
Trust me, I appreciate it.
It's a very interesting cross section of like me and Ronnie. We typically like the same shit, but Ronnie's into way more ratchet music than I am, which my brother loves. God damn, this is
Hey, that nigga been watching Fee. He hit the blunt too hard. He started taking some Fee, bro. Like, hey, that shit too strong.
But he and Fee typically like some of the same ratchet tunes, and then Joe was just a boy straight out of left field. So it all works. But speaking of the show being called Politics as Usual, when me and Ronnie were talking about doing this, I'm like, we should use a Jay-Z song. And in my head, I had Politics as Usual kind of as the title. And I hit Ronnie and said that, and Ronnie's like, Politics as Usual. I'm like, all right, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
We're on the same page. So I feel like it's the perfect time to acknowledge that Reasonable Doubt turned 25 today. 25 years ago today, Jay-Z dropped his seminal debut record. So what are y'all's three favorite tracks on there? Ronnie, we'll start with you.
So mine is Regrets, Dead President 2, and The Evils. The Evils. Because I've already said this before. Like The Evils verse 2 is one of my favorite verses of all time. Just the way he like sets that up and executes it. Just magnificent. So yeah, those are my top 3.
All right, Joey P.
I pretty much mirror him. I like Regrets, but I'll take damn, I just had it in my head, bro. I just go with the last 2. But yeah, I love The Evils and then I love that person too, man. I don't know. Like Regrets is I don't know, it'd be a top 3. Hold on, now I gotta Google this shit.
All right. Speed, do you have a top 3? If not, I'll get mine.
Yeah, Dead Presidents, Feeling It, and Can I Live?
Can I live?
Okay.
Mine would be The Evils, Can I Live, and Can't Knock the Hustle.
Can't Knock the Hustle is man.
Man, my pops knew exactly what he did when he made me. Trying to get a nut, and he got a nut.
What?
Can a nigga see me? Got the U.S. Open advantage jigger. Man, come on, man. He was rapping all this shit.
If I ever seen Jay-Z on the tennis court, bro, I smoked that nigga. Never.
You ain't having it? Good. Me neither. My hot take on that album is that is the only time we've ever heard Jay rap at his full capacity.
Okay.
Yeah. That is what I will say on that. Like we've never heard Jay like rap like how Lupe has Mural. We've never heard Jay like do that since Reasonable Doubt. He's kind of jogged for most of his career.
This is one take I've always wanted to get off because I know a lot of people say, Eminem Renegade. I agree. This is the first time we've heard Jay-Z like just break out in a full sprint. But at the same time, this album also has the one greatest time that Jay-Z has absolutely been watched, and that's Bring It On because what's the fat nigga? Not Sauce Money, but
Jazzo.
Oh, No, it is Sauce Money. It is Sauce Money. Sauce Money's verse because
Jazzo said Farfig Nougat or some shit on his.
Yeah, Farfig Nougat. But no, Jay, like because I watched a documentary and Jay said when he heard that verse, he almost wanted to rewrite his verse. He was like, "Yeah, he got me. So even he acknowledges that Sauce Money got off of that.
Chuck. Jay was rapping on Kingdom Come, like the prelude specifically. But
then he also has Hollywood on there. So,
and what was that other song? The joint with Pharrell and Usher.
Yeah.
He got a couple duds on there, bro.
But I mean, but did you like the bookends, Beach Chair and Prelude?
Yeah.
Like
Beach Chair so far.
Yeah.
So. But that's a good point because Sauce Money was rapping his ass off on. Like to me, I mean, it's the only record that I don't really fuck with on there is Ain't No Nigga. Like, I know that's a single and people love that, but that's kind of the record where I'm like,
yeah. Like if there is one skip on there, is Ain't No Nigga, and it's not a bad song. It's just like I could just do without it.
Yeah. It's like that's like if I'm pulling up to the crib and that song is on, I'm getting out the car. Like I'm not stopping to let it play.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's kind of what that record is. It's like it ain't bad, but I don't really give a damn about it. Like if I
think there's a lot like that though. Like when you go back to them olden days, because niggas was like fishing for a single and shit. Like so they had that. So like niggas albums will actually be like pretty legit, and then I had that one. It's like, it's so
to be real. Jay has that on Reasonable Doubt and Volume.
Yeah,
because I'm older.
Volume 1 more so than anything.
Look, I was only like
definitely cringy. But
I was only like 6 or 7 when Sunshine dropped, but I vividly remember people like, "Oh, this nigga Jay-Z is wild. What the hell is this?"
And like, if we're talking like just song wise, I like Sunshine more than I like Ain't No Nigga, but that video was so bad. Like the video,
Shiny Suit Theory.
Like the video was so that, and I know what girls like. I know what girls like is the worst Jay-Z song. Like outside of what's that shit? Ghetto techno.
Ghetto techno. Because I was about to say it's ghetto techno.
Those two are the worst J songs like out there.
That I know what girls like is terrible, bro.
That shit is awful.
Like that beat is terrible. Like that is one of the worst beats.
As soon as the beat comes on, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, don't like how you come out with 1,000,001 questions. The city is mine, and then you do that bullshit. But then Imaginary Players comes right after that. It's like you just remove that fucking record. That album is probably a classic. If you take
and you got a perfect.
Because he was rapping his ass off on that, but you and it's funny because he swore not to let Puff produce him ever again until American Gangster came out. He wasn't letting Puff anywhere near his record. Like, no, nigga.
Like, please stay away.
You did. I know what girls like, nigga. That shit was ass. Let me double down. That shit was a pack of ass.
Pack of ass.
What the fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
Love that nigga Joe, bro.
Nigga, that's he a nasty nigga, but that clip is forever eternal. I mean, I guess we could. Not everyone can drop an Illmatic. Nah, I mean, all right, Chuck. I see what you're doing there.
I'm gonna keep that Illmatic shit to myself, bro.
No, never mind.
Before we go there, where do you guys rank Reasonable Doubt in Jay's albums?
Probably fourth. Yeah.
I have it third.
Maybe even fifth.
I have it third.
I thought
I have it second.
Am I on the wrong podcast? I thought we all were in agreement. This is number one. I thought we were.
No,
reasonable.
We
Doubt.
talked about
Reasonable Doubt.
Even though you had it number one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nah, Blueprint is always my number one.
Yeah,
Blueprint, Blackout,
one,
Reasonable
bro.
Doubt for me.
Nah, Blueprint.
Yep.
Black Album's better than Reasonable Doubt.
Oh, nah. Black Album's better than Reasonable Doubt. And
Nah.
I'm biased. I like Volume 2 better than Reasonable Doubt. like I said, I might have it fourth. And hold on, and American Gangster might be better than Reasonable Doubt too, bruh.
If we go in top five,
maybe fifth,
I have
bro.
Blueprint, Black Album, Reasonable Doubt, American Gangster, and probably Volume 1. That's my top five. Actually, you know what? I'll put 444 over Volume 1. Then Volume 1's after that.
Yeah.
How do you look bewildered, man?
Blueprint.
Yeah. Nah, hey, go get your shit off, bro.
Go ahead.
What are we doing? Like, what are we doing here?
No, but I've always had Blueprint better than.
Listen,
what are we really doing?
Better than
I was not a Jay-Z fan until my brother was like, nigga, why don't you like? I was like, I think he's overrated. I don't hear what's special about him. And me and this nigga was playing Madden or NCAA football, one of them, and he put on Reasonable Doubt. I mean, not Reasonable Doubt. He put on Blueprint, and I was losing by like 21 and wasn't even mad. I was known for like throwing controllers and shit, but we had got to like never change or some shit. It's like the third quarter, and I'm down by like 21, and I'm just sitting there like, I threw a pick six and all that. It was just like, damn, I'm like a dog. I never speak, but I understand. Like, god damn, that nigga, that shit.
Nah.
Yeah, and from like I wasn't listening to Jay-Z when Reasonable Doubt came out. So the impact, like I went back and revisited. Like I'm familiar with his like Volume 1, Volume 2, like all that shit. So and then Blueprint is like really the first time I really realized that Jay-Z. I'm like, damn, this nigga Jay-Z like actually rapping, and that's when I was like wanting to rap. And so then listening, like paying attention to him as a rapper, that's really when I'm like, oh yeah, this nigga Jay-Z different. Because before that, DMX, I was listening to X out of New York. Like I wasn't really fucking with Jay-Z. But that Blueprint, yeah, bro. Yeah,
we gotta change the name of the pod to like Lyrical Exercise or something. We can't call it Politics as Usual anymore. Like we out here false flagging. I thought we was all in agreement. This is number one.
Hold on, Chuck. I'm gonna DM it to you on Twitter.
Where's 444? I ain't care for 444.
Yeah, 444. That trust me, that shit way down there. Like
it ain't under. It's not under Volume 3.
I would give it top.
If Reasonable Doubt is 5, it's definitely under that.
All right, so Joe, what is
Thank
your
you,
top,
thank you,
what is your top
thank you,
five?
Lee. Man, thank you, Lee. This man knows what he's talking
You said
about.
Lee got reasonable doubt.
I mean,
Blueprint
I'm not gonna-
3.
I'm not going.
No,
I'm not
I don't
going.
need to
No,
read the
no.
rest of that, bruh.
No, 3 is 444.
Oh, okay. I was finna
Yeah.
say, I was like, I don't need to read the rest of that,
No,
bruh.
no, like, and here's my thing: as I know how good a Jay album's gonna be based on how many features on it.
Yeah.
The bottom half of Jay's catalog is his feature-heavy records.
Mhm.
Volume 3, Blueprint 3, Magna Carta. Like those are Jay's like seminally worst albums to me. Like I don't even go back and revisit them motherfuckers.
I think
Like,
Jay's
Blueprint
worst
2.
album probably is Volume 3. That's just me though. Like
I think it's
probably
Magna
Volume
Carta.
3.
I hate Magna Carta.
You don't like Magna Carta?
That shit is ass.
That one's not great either, but
It would be Magna Carta or the Dynasty
We
for
was
me,
talking-
even though the Dynasty is a compilation, but still.
I don't know. I fuck with the Dynasty.
Yeah,
I don't fuck with the
Dynasty
Dynasty.
it got some joints on it, but
Reminder.
so for those of you listening who are watching this, Lee says Blueprint 3 has Reminder on it. I'm still waiting on an apology for it. And that's real. I want an apology for all of Blueprint 3, honestly. Like outside of like thank you and a couple other joints.
Nah, Blueprint 3 gave you that J. Cole going off, nigga. I'm sorry. I need to keep that at least.
I'm saying he needs to apologize for the majority. Like, thank you.
Sure.
There's a couple other joints on there that I don't even hate Run This Town. Like Run This Town is a cool
Run This
but
Town is fire.
I fuck with Run This Town for Kanye though.
yeah.
Even still, that shit fire.
You need to apologize to me for Reminder, like by itself. Like Reminder, Venus versus Mars. I need an apology for that.
You don't like that? That
I damn near broke my finger trying to skip Venus versus Mars. That shit is trash. That shit is trash.
That
Like,
shit
what-
was fire.
No, absolutely not.
Hey Chuck, the link is in your Twitter DMs, by the way.
Oh,
Chuck says
man.
Magna Carta is a fire beat tape. I'm not mad
True.
at that. The beats on there are dope,
Yeah.
but the execution of it.
Do we put Watch the Throne as a Jay-Z album, even though it's a joint one?
We'll see, because
yeah.
that changes what's the worst. Because them R. Kelly ones go right to the bottom, bro.
Right.
Them,
Oh yeah. Oh
that
yeah.
Jay and R. Kelly, them
I don't
shit.
even acknowledge that nasty nigga. So
I don't acknowledge him either, but that's in his catalog. So best of
Nah,
both
that ain't in
worlds.
his catalog. That nigga doesn't exist, bro.
Nigga, kill it, not guilty.
You can't
I wouldn't
rate
even-
something that don't exist.
I wouldn't even break down weed on that, boy. That shit. Ooh.
I'm like, I consider Dynasty to be a J record because he's on every song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So to me, I know it was conceived as a compilation. Like I know everybody loves the Dynasty intro, but I can do without like the vast majority of that album. Like you can
Nah,
You
that shit
keep
fire
it.
too, bro.
Blueprint 2 just because he had to do the fucking double. Like just give us Blueprint 2.1.
2.1 is yeah.
My nigga, that's all you had to do. We ain't need all that extra shit. All right, come on, Chuck. You gotta relax, man.
Do album with who? Oh yeah, I don't know who that is, bro.
You
I don't know.
You gotta fucking relax, man.
No,
This nigga Chuck been wilding all fucking
what's
day.
wrong with this man?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about
man.
that second one.
All right, but I mean, at least we're all in it. I mean, did anyone have reasonable doubt below third?
Yeah,
I mean, Joe.
All right. That shouldn't surprise me.
I don't. Bro, I'm sorry, that shit's just never gonna change. Like, there's no way Reasonable Doubt sneaks into my top 3 like ever, just because of American Gangster and Volume 2. I'm sorry, like.
The reason American Gangster ain't in my top 3 is because of Hello Brooklyn. That by itself keeps it from being in my top 3.
I fuck with Hello Brooklyn though.
I fuck with it outside of
don't.
the ass Wayne shit.
Yeah, I don't, but that song alone is not enough to make me forget the rest of like that. That shit is fire. Like,
What? Hold on, let me look at that track list. I could have done without Party Life.
nah, I like that. I like that.
Other than that, I mean, American to me.
Like,
Only thing I would,
even Rock Boys is fire, and that's like semi cheesy.
Yeah.
the main thing that I would change is I'd have made American Dream in the intro. Like that should have like came in because American Dreaming to me is that's Jay right there. No Hook is fire. Sweet is fire. Like
You
Blue
picking
Magic.
at straws, I guess.
What'd you say?
You kind of picking at straws. Like if it's just more of the structure of it. And
Yeah, no.
placement
That's
of
what I'm
the
saying. Like,
song,
nah,
then-
it's not. I'm not saying like anything. I'm not saying album. It's my number 4. But that's the one thing that I would change. I'd have put.
Yes.
Ignorance. It's like
I'm a KI double L.
the OG would know with Don DeMarco. Like,
Oh yeah.
Don DeMar-
Yeah.
the original joint.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Don
I don't want- I
DeMarco
don't
wasn't
want
always on smack, nigga.
Yeah, I don't want the Imus and the Beans verse, nigga. I want Jay with the instead of bitch don't get keys to security codes. I agree, my lady ain't no bitch. She gets whatever I own. So when you see her, understand that speed, nigga. Understand I'm the same OG, nigga. You know the difference between a bitch and a bean, nigga.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
Wait, where was Chuck's list? Okay, yeah, he had 444 above. No, that was Lee.
No, that's Lee.
Yeah, that's Lee.
I guess we'll wait to Chuck hop on and see what his.
I mean, that's fine. I don't. I mean, personally, I don't know why people rate 444 so high. Like that shit is. It ain't.
I think that's our most viewed episode, ain't it, Ronnie?
Yeah, it is.
That was from the old podcast, but we had
Yeah.
Joe Hovo in here talk. Well, what do we call it? Him and Aid?
Yeah, him and Aid.
I love 444, man. That's like Marcy Me. That's some of Jay's best rapping right there. Hold the Uzi vertical. Let the thing smoke. I'll be flirting with death. I'll be weaking through the scope. That nigga is rapping on that shit.
Marcy Me, streets is my artery. Gotham City, Harvey. Like just the bane of my existence. Just that whole scheme he had there. Just
Smile. He started blacking at the end of Smile. Yeah. I mean, I don't care for the title joint. Like,
nah, I couldn't do that.
We were aware. I didn't need that as your mea culpa for that shit.
Yeah, his flow was kind of weird on that one too. Like it was like
he like really off beat a lot.
yeah.
Other than that though,
Nigga on his Big Sean, bro.
Nah, he ain't nowhere near as bad as Medium Sean.
Just gonna disrespect this man.
He wanted to try the super duper flow. Oh my
Speaking-
bad. He
speaking
retired
of-
that.
444's financial self-help brunch gang bow tie ass album from hell, but there's some rapping on it.
There's some rapping on there.
All right,
Like,
I give you that.
Get your LLC, bro. Jay-Z said get your LLC.
He did.
And that got niggas on Twitter now acting like motherfucking I'll take an 850 credit score over $600,000. Okay, you
Dog.
dumb motherfucker, you go ahead and do that
I
stupid shit. See where the
I
fuck that
remember when
is.
444 dropped. People were like, all you got to do get a Basquiat and it appreciates. Like, what the hell are you gonna get a Basquiat?
Where you get?
Where you gonna get a
What the fuck
Basquiat
are you
from?
niggas talking about?
From the gas station.
Where are you, nigga, who can barely get a job, getting a fucking Basquiat from, nigga? The fuck are you talking about? You
Hey,
can't even get an unsecured line of credit, but you gonna buy a fucking Basquiat.
Niggas want to be nutty niggas their whole life, bro.
Like, I'm looking at the track list for 444. Kill Jay-Z, Story of OJ, Smile, Caught in Their Eyes, all them fire. 444, man. Family Feud is I. Bam is fire. Moonlight,
Yeah.
Marcy, Legacy. I fucks with all those. Like Jay is rapping on that album. The messaging behind it,
Eh,
but he rapping
Like
on that.
like the first time I heard "Smell," like especially the end where he just blacks out, I was like, okay, because I didn't know he had this in his arsenal anymore. Because I was not looking forward to that album. Like I'm gonna keep it real. I was like, I'm not looking forward to this album, but I listened to it, and like I said, when over "Smell," I was like, okay, he still has a little.
Yeah, I was like, okay, and that whole joint album he did with Beyonce, that shit was ass. Like, I want Jay-Z to just stop rapping at this point. Like, What, Joe? You disagree with that? You like the joint album from Beyonce?
Oh no! That shit was ass. No, I was agreeing with you. That shit was dirt. Man. That shit was dirt. Sorry.
You dropping the album just so you can piss off Nas one last time.
Every fucking time. Like, why, bro? Why, bro?
Like, stop fucking with Nas, man.
like I just yeah. I don't want Jay-Z to stop rapping, but
I want him to stop making albums.
Okay, yes, stop making albums. I would like him to actually rap for real again because I was looking forward to him and Nas on that goddamn on that Khaled, and I think we talked about it, but that shit was so dirt, bruh.
Yeah, I appreciate the fact that Jay-Z's carrying the torch for the elder statesmen and all that, and showing that you can still be like the Rolling Stones and making hip hop music very late into your life. But I don't need to hear no more albums from 50-year-old freeform dreads Jay-Z. Like, that's not, nobody want that.
Facts.
Like, we good. You can chill out with that shit. Just give us a verse once a year and we good. Like, I don't need to hear shit else.
I think now that I think about it, let me think about this before I say it. Yeah, so it's very clear to me that Nasir has like aged more gracefully than Jay-Z. Because think about, it's funny, like he had some trash shit in the middle of his career, but think about like his, and I'm not counting the Kanye shit. That shit doesn't exist to me. But think about
when you said Nasir, I thought you was talking about his album. I was gonna be like, I ain't listening.
But no. Think about like the last few albums he put out from Nigger to like Life Is Good to like the shit he just did with Hit Boy. Like, he's still performing at a very, very high level. Yeah, like consistently.
I mean, the ability to be complex. I personally feel like shit like that ages. It ages like a jump shot in basketball. Like, you gonna age a bit more gracefully than niggas who keep trying to do pop shit. Because you gonna be the old nigga in the club with the young nigga. Hey, how do you do, fellow kid? Like, you don't want to be.
Yeah.
You kind of want to be like who you are. Like, the main thing that I disliked about like the reception of 444 was everybody trying to act like, oh man, it's hip hop's first mature album. And it's like, no, it's not. It's been mad.
No, it's not.
Y'all niggas just didn't listen to them shits. Like, Fonte, Charity Starts at Home. It's a very mature hip hop album that came out in 2011.
Like, everything Odyssey put out, and you want to talk about somebody who be really rapping, like, go listen to Odyssey.
Chuck, what's good, man? How are you?
I am well. How y'all doing? Can y'all hear me? We good?
Yeah, we good. We good.
We've been stalling in this motherfucker trying to get on here and drop.
Like, I just sat down with my food. Man.
No, you good, man. You good. We appreciate you joining us, man. What's your top 5 J records?
Well, first off, I got a question because y'all dropping all these rankings, and there's an album I haven't heard anybody say. That A Written Testimony. Where y'all rank that one?
I don't even know who that is.
You didn't hear that? He dropped that one in 2020.
Oh yeah, I'm not listening to that nigga, bro.
Jay like Yarmulke.
I'm not listening.
Like, seriously, man.
I feel like if we run the numbers, just saying,
it is a Jay album.
Like Rock Nation probably ran the numbers, and they like, when those royalties come around, that is a Jay-Z album.
Come on, man.
Just being real, man.
I got like through like 4 tracks on that album and gave up. I'm not
Jay was rapping on there though.
But I can't listen to Jay like Ramadan Muhammad Assalamualaikum with Sula What's a Olive something through your monitor. I can't listen to that.
I expected so much more from him, bro. That shit was dirt, bro.
Exhibit C is the biggest lie in hip hop history.
It is.
It is the Lee said I literally forgot that shit. Exactly. Because when Chuck said, I'm like, the fuck is this nigga talking about? What the hell is a written testimony?
I think so I wrote like a blog post about this a long time ago. You know what pisses me off about Jay Electronica? So he actually dropped a mixtape and it has like hella like references from The Prestige. So there's Act 1, Act 2, So in the Prestige, like the trick is they show you something and they make it disappear. He was talking about himself. He was never going to release anything else. He was talking about himself.
I see what you did there. I like that.
Like it was in our face the whole time.
bro.
It was in our face the whole time.
That's a dope ass movie, bro. I like what you
It is, bro.
Started fucking Rothschild and said,
He's like,
I
hey,
don't need this rap shit.
He don't.
And it don't need him. Like, please don't ever do that again, bro. Like, just stay where you at. We was good.
Oh man, that nigga.
Nobody hear about you.
Island,
Nobody want to hear
bruh.
about niggas backing the U-Haul truck up. Turn the high beams on.
oh,
It's amazing how you rhyme like you do and that you shine like you grew up in the shrine in Peru.
down in
What
Peru.
the fuck does that mean, nigga? Question 14. Muscle lesson 2. Dip diver. Civilizer 85. What?
Hey,
Look
that
at
man was
that, he the knees
rapping.
and say, "Our Father."
Hey, bro.
He was rapping, bro.
That's high level rapping, bro.
Niggas heard him say they call me J-Elect Yamaka and lost their fucking minds. Like, oh, that's the greatest shit we've ever heard. No, it's not, nigga.
Bruh, that's high level rapping.
Bro, he was rapping, bro.
I need that fake electronica Twitter page to come back and start being active again. Just for my own enjoyment. That's some of the greatest shit. Niggas said they call me J-Elect Sudafed.
Oh man.
Matter of fact, Chuck, while you list off your top 5 J albums, I'm gonna go to that page and read off some of them damn tweets.
All right, so don't put too much into my top 5, and I'll tell you why afterwards. But mine would be Blueprint, number 1. I'm sorry, Ron. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Blueprint at number 1, the Black Album, American Gangster, then Reasonable Doubt, then 444 for me, which I really enjoyed that album a lot, and it might climb up over time.
I'm not mad at that.
And the reasoning, like why I say don't put too much value into it, because like I don't know why I did this, but like I didn't really listen to Jay for real, and when the Jay and Nas beef happened, I felt like I had to choose a side, so I chose one, and I didn't really listen to Jay's music like that. Like I didn't even listen to Reasonable Doubt in full until my 20s probably, and then I went back and started, listening to stuff and gaining more of an appreciation for it. But yeah, that's just don't feel too bad about the list, man.
So Chuck, you mean to tell me that you throw passes out your barrel and wear shoulder pads apparel, but the QB don't stand for the quarterback?
We really gonna do this, bro?
Come on, man.
we really
Come on,
you know what I'm saying?
Jesus died at the age of 33. No, I really like Stillmatic. Let me stop.
Hey, hold on, man. Chuck performed one mic in karaoke before. Apparently.
Whoa.
I did pump it up in karaoke once, man.
This episode 50, we ain't supposed to be talking about
y'all for years about this nigga, man.
I did pump it up in karaoke, nigga. That shit was lit. Motherfuckers was hype.
Look,
You're trying to tell me that's high level rapping. Hey, I'm trying to tell y'all niggas.
Hey, nah, seriously though, Chuck. Because like now that you on here, like on the start of the third verse, were you like matching Nas's like volume?
bro, I had my eyes closed. I was into the moment, bro.
What?
I thought I was going off. And it was like it was a karaoke thing, but it was kind of like it looked like a little speakeasy type joint. You know what I'm saying? Like a little cozy, had the spotlight on me and everything. I thought I was killing it, bro.
Yeah, I'm picturing Chuck on the third verse yelling and then coming. She came to me with her makeup. I'm just kidding.
Yo.
Hey, and look, I've never at that point, I had never done karaoke before, so I was like, I need to rap something or do something that I know, and I know the verses to one mic, so I was like, I'm gonna get up there and do that. And that was all.
How did the crowd react, man?
Oh, it was quiet, bro.
I bet.
No, that walk back to my seat was the quietest shit
Oh,
ever,
shit.
Oh, Lee's dropping real Nas lyrics.
With
Who
the
wrote the
Bible.
Bible? Who wrote the Quran? It wasn't the lightning storm that gave birth to Earth and the dinosaurs were born. Damn.
Hey,
Like, what
high
that
level
shit
rapping, bro.
What that shit Jay-Z said on Blueprint 2, bro?
Hey, just
It don't mean that he bright.
exactly.
You don't understand him. It don't mean that he nice. It just means you don't understand all the bullshit that he writes.
Say it again for the niggas in the back.
Oh
on,
shit!
man.
Hey, Jay don't get a pass on that one because that nigga said I brought the flutes this time, and it was a
Ain't
fucking
no
fire.
damn flutes.
There wasn't no fucking flutes nowhere near that fucking record, and the baby been putting all kinds of flutes on his records as some kind of retribution ever since.
Bruh.
No, let's get into it.
I bought the
Let's
flutes
talk
this
about
time. No, you didn't, Jay. The flutes wasn't
No
nowhere
are
near.
apparent.
Hey, it
There,
don't
there
take
are
away
no
that he
flutes on
killed that
Ecstasy
man
of Gold.
on that,
No
bro.
flutes.
There was no flutes.
It was still better than Super Ugly, bro. And Ether.
no.
I mean,
Yes.
Ether was just a bunch of like cafeteria jokes.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Type
it was
worked.
a-
of hoe.
Look,
That's it.
look,
Let's really talk about it, bro.
honestly, it ain't really no need to talk about it. I'm not gonna defend it that hard because my feeling is Nas won ultimately anyway because he'd had no business being in that conversation in the first place.
Man,
And
he ended
Jay
up working
responded
with
to him,
Jay,
put
bro.
it-
You can't win after that.
The stuff that happened after that is a whole other conversation. But Nas, if that beef didn't happen and if that situation didn't happen, Nas wouldn't be who he is today. And I think he climbed up on Jay-Z's coat, whatever.
Nas was like
get
out
that.
of kind of the public lexicon for hip hop.
Yeah.
You coming off of You Owe Me, and Nas is like, and nasty. It's Nostradamus. He coming off of that.
Look, we don't talk about Nostradamus at all.
I mean,
No.
No, not even a little bit.
Unless it was written, he really shouldn't be talked about too much. But hey, that's just me.
But
I mean,
but
it was written. It is and personally is my favorite Nas album.
Thank you.
But I mean, even still, Jay don't have a "It Was Written" or Nailmatic. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Just saying.
Hey, man,
hey, look.
I've been agreeing with you this whole time, but no, sir, bro. No,
He says as he
sir.
actually takes a bite of his food.
Yeah, no, sir. But are you serious?
Hey, look here. So I have like two takes to get off. First, I'll echo what Chuck said. If you listen to Blueprint 2 and you listen to how pissed off Jay-Z was, nobody has ever brought that out of him. So by default, in my opinion, Nas won. Like if
I'm
he
sure
was,
Jay
he's won.
felt the same way. Where like Nas shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have been able to do what he did.
And then meanwhile, Nas is responding on damn, what's the I forgot the name of the song, but he's like last real nigga alive. He's just like, hey, my mama dying. I don't got time to beef no more. And then Jay-Z's like, okay, cool. But also my second point that I was going to say, Jay-Z is my favorite rapper of all time, even though Nas is like a close second. But Jay-Z is my favorite rapper of all time. But from like impact wise, for like what like how hip hop transitioned from like nursery tale rhymes to like what we know it is today, Illmatic did that. So with that said, Chuck is right. There's nobody else has an Illmatic. Nobody.
So you might be technically correct there, but here's why I'm gonna say, like, you are right. Like, Nas did bring something out of Jay, but when a nigga leave a rubber in your baby mama backseat, they won, and you end up doing songs with them later, and no violence occurred. You won.
No, okay. Did he win? Like, as petty as Jay has had to be throughout Nas's entire career, who really won? Like, for real?
Was Nas not being petty? First of all, this is Nas. I'm a Braveheart veteran, and y'all already know veteran. Nas was still throwing little jabs here and there. He ain't just let it go.
But you know,
in a karate clap. Come on,
you
bro.
know the wildest thing that Nas let slip that for some reason nobody brings out the mention of Foxy Brown because by the way, if you're watching this, Google Foxy Brown's age and Google Jay-Z's age, and then add that up to how old they were in 1996.
Foxy got you hot because you kept your face in the puss. Think you getting girls now because Negro, please.
Yeah.
Hey, but don't tell people I have whiskers like a rat, and don't if you DJ, don't drop no fucking diss record while I'm in the club with someone saying I love their style. It's violence. It's violence after that. I'm sitting trying to enjoy
like a rat
Jay trying to
to
enjoy that
BZ
trash ass Armadale vodka, and you got to spin a record with Tupac saying "fuck him" and Nas coming on saying that Jay loves his style. I'd have been mad too. I'd have said I left the condom in your baby mama whip on the car seat too if you were in the club telling niggas I love your style. It's warranted at that point.
Hey, you know what? Because Jay-Z put out that nasty ass Armadale vodka, Nas deserved to tell him that nigga loved his style, bro. Because Armadale vodka is the worst thing ever in life.
I remember once somebody was talking about the 92 bricks, and I was like, hashtag Jay never lied to us. And Reverend Dr. Dash on Twitter was like, nah, he lied to us about Armadale vodka. I was like,
damn.
Like, damn,
I ain't never had that shit, just to keep it a bean with you. That shit worth the exclusive.
Yeah, I never had
nigga.
I never had it either.
Nah, it ain't worse than this exclusive vodka, but it's down there with the Svekas and it's lower than Absolute. It's like Sveka, Sky.
It's lower than Sky. Oh,
yeah, it's like down there. It's probably right on the same level. It's like right there, but it's nasty. It's lower than Ciroc.
If it's worse than Absolute though, that's bad because I used to drink Absolute.
Dog, I used to drink Absolute heavy. Not even gonna lie to you, because you can get a fucking handle that shit for like $12.
Yeah, it was a package store up right by the exit to get on 280 in downtown. Man, I used to have a fifth of Absolute for $12, nigga. Go get that. Liter of Coke. I was good for the night,
nigga. I was good, but I thought I was upgrading by going to Grey Goose. No.
Just don't drink vodka in general. That should be the lesson here.
Nah, bro, you got to.
That is the lesson.
This is a plug. You got to drink that effing.
Hey, nah. When on the G Unit and on that mixtape, when the song is about a woman and just I smell pussy.
But the song is about a woman.
I smell pussy. Is that you, y'all niggas is yo. First of all, if I was a female and a nigga was rapping that song to me, do not rap no lyrics to me after a nigga just called another whole nigga a pussy on the song asking, is that you that you smell? Like, nah, you can't rap no heartfelt shit after that, bro.
Hey, bro.
You remind me of my bitch. And don't say that niggas getting emotional like, how you gonna go home to your girl when you say, Job being emotional remind me of you? That's not romantic.
Hey, bro, 50 can get it off.
No, I remember the day that Wankster dropped. Everyone just in unison just said, like, you know what, Ja Rule is a bitch. Like with zero evidence. With zero evidence.
No,
like, you know what? Okay.
That's all it took.
But Ronnie, bro.
Wait, were those actual flutes?
On that same day, bro.
I think so.
Niggas was acting like they didn't fuck with like Ja Rule wasn't running rap, like they never listened to a Ja Rule song, like they didn't fuck with him at all.
Shit. Yeah.
It was crazy.
Thug Lovin' is the greatest music video of all time.
Talk about it.
Of all time.
Absolute facts. Absolutely.
That is the greatest music video just for Bobby Brown alone. Like, you don't even have to watch it. Just watch what Bobby Brown's doing while Ja's rapping. And you will see that that's the great. You could tell Bobby Brown just knew he was back because he came out
came out
like
you had a leather jacket on with one arm.
It's like Ja told this nigga, hey, you got one shot.
And he gave it his all. I need Lee. I need you to drop your theory or come on and quickly explain how you said that is a cocaine love song, a cocaine like that. John and Bobby are singing and rapping from the perspective of cocaine. I need you to drop your theory on that because to me, Thug Lovin' is a top 5 Dirty Mac song of all time.
It is.
Lee said niggas had a whole ass helicopter, and I guarantee it had coke in it. All right, so speaking of Jay, speaking of Best, all that, I know that Joe and Ronnie didn't get to see this, but there was a live earlier with, among others, Lupe, Royce the 5'9", Ransom, and Mickey Fax. And on the live, they got into an interesting conversation where they were basically trying to talk about like, how do you decide which niggas are better in rap? And Chuck, y'all was kind of on this, so y'all can kind of introduce me better. I was kind of like intermittently watching the shit because I was at work.
Well, I didn't catch the conversation from Twitter. I just seen when Mickey had went live, and I was kind of watching it from there. But I think Chuck was reading the shit that was going on Twitter.
I caught the lead up to the conversation, which was Lupe and Royce talking to each other. Lupe was doing his solo thing, and Royce came on there. I didn't catch the beginning of that conversation, but I know where it ended up leading. And Lupe was basically saying that they need to be put in a situation where they're going one-on-one with somebody, not just a rap battle, but just a way to show like every level of their skill in a live setting straight up against each other and have it judged, because otherwise it's just going to be a bunch of bullshit where, you know, they rap over the verse. They're like, oh, your verse was cool, your verse was better, but nobody actually says who's better and actually address it and faces up against it. That's the gist of the conversation. And the example he was using was a thing called
EO Dub.
EO Dub, which I tried to like find out. I ended up finding it, and it was called, it's End of the Week is what it is, and it's out of New York. I don't know if it's active anymore, or if just whatever they're doing is just like underground. It's not something that they just like post anywhere. But I think Lou said like they freestyle. It's freestyles, it's written, it's overbeats, it's not overbeats. It's like it's the whole nine.
Yeah, like it's like 4 elements. You have to like show up. They give you a bag, and you have to grab shit out of it and rap whatever comes out of that bag. If it's a word, if it's an object, I'm not sure of that part. But then you have to like rap a cappella. Then you have to go over a bunch of different beats. Like he was saying, they might throw the Thriller beat at you, and you got to rap. And then at the end of it, you do a cipher. So the people who showed up to do a cipher, the people who showed up, and it's like Lupe was saying, it's kind of like stress testing. Like you can't just like prepare for that. It's like, oh, you show up and you just got to be on your shit. Because like one of the things that Lupe brought up was he was like, well, yeah, niggas can go get in the studio, but that's you on your best day. I want to see niggas like when you ain't at your best. That's when I want to see like how good of a rapper you are. And Royce and Ransom were kind of like, that shit don't really matter. Like, because Ransom's a big thing, and I don't know why Ransom is there. But
come on, man.
I mean, Ransom has no business.
Dog.
You
he talked
about,
himself
like,
out of being there too.
Because Ransom's point was, well, nah, niggas feel what I'm saying. Great, niggas can feel what you saying. That ain't a part of MCing. That's you rapping, making music, art, whatever. But niggas feeling what you saying, that's a subjective thing. Like, and Lupe's point was, we need to get beyond the subjective. We need to get to a point where it's measured, because and Lupe started asking niggas, do you think you're better than this person? Do you think you're better than this person? Do you think this person's better than this person? And Lupe's point was kind of like, we always gonna end up at the same point, which is I'm better than you, or I had the same bar. I had a better. You might have got me on that verse, but I had a better bar than you, or you had the best line, but I had the better scheme.
Let's give the very specific example that he used that they walked right into. He asked Mickey Fax. He was like, Mickey Fax, do you think I'm better than Royce, or I'm better than you, or you better than me, or better than Ransom, right? And then he asked Ransom. He started asking him the same questions. He said, do you think Mickey Fax is better than me? And he said, yes. And I was like, bro, like, and Mickey Fax, his answer was that Lupe is better than him. And when Ransom said that, he was like, the dude like that you're talking about said that I'm better than him. And then you just said that. That's why we're not going to get anywhere with this conversation.
And to me, I think it brought up a great point. And we've had this conversation before. We talked about it with Randy Moss and Jerry Rice and niggas, because one of the things that Ransom said was Jay ain't the best technical rapper. He ain't the best rapper, but he's the best rapper. And I'm like, no, that's not what you should have said. Jay ain't the best rapper, but he's the greatest rapper ever. If you want to say that. There's niggas that are better at rapping than Jay, but Jay has achieved more than pretty much every other rapper ever. So while managing to rap at a higher level than most of the other rappers. So it's him being the greatest. Like the example I gave, and I tweeted this out on Twitter so I wouldn't forget it, because knowing me, I'd have forgot the shit. People say do your best and be great. There's a reason for that. You do your best because best is about your ability. You be great because greatness is something that you achieve. They both spring from the word good, better, best, good, great, greatest, greater, whatever. But great and best are two different things. Like, and I think that's where we lose it in sports and hip hop and all of these conversations is we don't talk enough about, like, I see what Lupe was saying. Your ability should matter. But I also see what Royce and Ransom was saying when they're like, well, nigga, that ain't got nothing to do with making music. You're right, it doesn't. It doesn't have anything to do with making music. So making music is going to be a subjective thing where it's about your achievements and kind of subjective how people feel about you. But if you want to see who's the best, who's actually better at this shit, you gotta lay out some metrics and you gotta have a competition for that shit. Otherwise, it's just going to constantly devolve into a subjective ass argument.
Yep. And I really didn't like how Royce and Ransom as well lean so heavily on the music part. And I mean, they're fully ingrained in it, so I understand it. But that's only one element. That's just one thing. Like, you know, it's easy for them to have the conversation where they'll say, you know, rap battles are really good at what they do, but they can't do this over here. The opposite applies as well. And I think what Lupe was trying to get at was like, who can do all of it? And one of one of the people he used as an example was A$AP Rock, because apparently he participates in the EO Dub, and he also puts out music that is well received too. So I think they were having, like you kind of broke it down, they were having two different conversations, and I think the skill conversation is definitely worth having, but most people don't really want to dig into that. Skill
isn't entertaining a lot of times, like similes and metaphors and multis and like that shit ain't always fucking entertaining. So you don't want to talk about it. There's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead.
It was funny. Royce, as he was talking, he was like, you know, I used to count similes, and I used to make sure that I had a certain amount in every bar. And he's like, now I don't even write that way no more. And I'm like, now you're better received too by the public. Your stuff is well known because it's not as complicated as you probably used to make it. So it's easier on the ears. Like all the time you being the best technical rapper is not going to necessarily have your music well received.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Ronnie, is this someone backstage? If so, that's our homie. I gave you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I can see the video pop up, so I'll just wait on that.
Yeah, all right. I wanted to make sure. But yeah, like that's another thing. Like, and I've explained this with like talking about To Pimp a Butterfly and just kind of jazz in general. Like one of the reasons that a lot of people don't necessarily love jazz, or jazz is hard for people to listen to, is the way Western music is largely structured is it's a predictable pattern of chords. Mm-hmm. There's a buildup of tension and there's a resolution of that tension. And in jazz, there isn't that. You're constantly changing keys, so your ear doesn't ever find where "quote unquote" home is. And so with technical rap, it's largely the same. There's not a break in a hook there. It's niggas rapping. It's rapid fire. There's not a lot for you to hang on to, for your ear to hang on to. And so people don't like that. And so for me, what I've always said is, look, if we can have a space where motherfuckers can't rap but can make music that people enjoy, there should also be a space for people who can rap but can't make music worth a damn. There's a lot of motherfuckers out there like that.
Yeah.
And there's a space for that. And
battle rap.
Battle rap, yes. But I mean, even for people who aren't with the confrontational aspect of that shit. Yeah, no.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Joe Code is correct. But like, there should be a space for people who can rap really well, but they don't really want to do the confrontational theatric shit of battle rap because there is an element to that.
So like a spoken word type thing. it's like spoken word. They can go and they can get they raps off in a setting that way without any music and without battling anybody. It's just them on the stage delivering the raps that they wrote.
I was gonna say somebody who I think has found a sweet spot recently, because when he attempts to like make original songs, they're terrible. But like on a skill level, like, and just like from pure technical rapping level, like he's up there with the Lupes, like King Los. Like, so what he does now, he just drops freestyles on YouTube, like bodying other people's beats. That's a way that
I'm looking at what Joe Cole said.
but that's a way that he's displaying his skill and still technically making music without, trying to like drop an album that is trash because he can't, really make music. So
yeah, like
who's this person?
What you said, King Los?
King Los.
Oh, you're talking about King Los. Okay.
Yeah, like that's one of the reasons I hate that mixtapes kind of fell out of like. What's good, Ray? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I got y'all.
All right, this our homeboy Ray from way back. He texted me while we were in the middle of this saying he would like to hop on episode 50. So I shot him the link. We being festive today. Do you have any thoughts on Reasonable Doubt or anything else we talking about, or you just want to come here and talk shit?
Man, I just want to, tune in a little bit. You feel me? Just hear and actually get a visual of it. I really don't care for Reasonable Doubt. I'm sorry. I'm not too much of a Jay-Z fan.
Let me get this man off this. Let me get this man off this.
That's honest, a great honest opinion. Like, y'all
Nigga came in here with an Ohio State shirt on, talking about he don't like Jay-Z.
Yeah, he do need to take that Buckeyes bullshit off. But
Hey.
I said what I said.
I
said what I said.
We'll get you out of here. You was a Connor Cook fan, bro. I never.
Y'all not gonna finish it?
Nah, we don't respond to pussies.
That shit dirt. Your whole organization is dirt, nigga.
Hey, you don't even have a college team.
Damn right.
And you a Krillin fan.
I choose Yamcha over Krillin.
Hey, all right. No.
Ohio, don't disown me.
Nah.
Don't disown me.
Nah.
Yamcha got his chick took by the villain. You can't
talk that shit. Talk that shit.
Nigga got Dirty Mac by a nigga who tried to destroy the world.
Talk that shit. Talk that shit.
Hey, bro, if you died in every fucking part of Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, everything, period.
Man, y'all should got smoked soon as the android showed up. This
exactly, bro. Like,
was by the gas station get this shit
right.
right.
I'm about the Yamcha shit, all right?
I don't be listening to this nigga, man. Like, we know.
Yamcha got put in the dirt every fight. At least the Destructo disc, like, with like kind of hold niggas up while the help came, but Yamcha got put in the dirt every single time. Nah,
you got put in the dirt by a Cyberman, nigga. I'm not hearing it, bro. Like, stop, man. Stop with this shit, bro. Like you got put in the dirt by a Cyberman, and I had to come save the day and work all the niggas.
Got smoked by Cyberman. They should have never been called back.
Stop,
after
man.
the fact. They should have never been called back. Z fighters got together. They y'all guard the civilians. We don't need y'all on the front.
Yeah, y'all have to stop disrespecting.
Yeah, just evacuate the buildings, like rescue people. We got to fight.
Man. I killed all the Cybermen and then ended up with a bad bitch. Bad robot bitch, bro. That's what the fuck we do out here, bro. Like, bro, stop.
Hey, this nigga had to go get some artificial pussy, bro.
hey, Krillin was ahead of his time, because if you look at all these nutty niggas out here fucking these goddamn sex dolls, bro. What's the difference? My nigga was just ahead of the curve, bro.
Nah, he just couldn't find a real woman.
Hey man, it is what it is, bro. Hey.
Oh my god. Okay.
No Krillin slander out
this
here,
evolved really quickly. Anyways, welcome, Ray.
Oh my bad.
I knew that was gonna happen as soon as Ray got on here. Lee says rapping should be enough when it's great. And Lee, I kind of agree with you, but
no.
Chuck, you said
no.
Go ahead.
I can't.
Because just like they had that whole conversation about all these different spaces where different things work and different things don't. Just being able to rap is not enough when you're making music, man. You can say the most fire shit in the world and it don't work. Yeah, like it's rapping when you in certain spaces, probably in more spaces outside of music, rapping will be enough. But nah, just being like a songwriter, composer, producer, like all of that stuff that goes into it, just rapping ain't enough.
I thought of this example earlier when thinking about the difference between better and great. My little sister is a better singer than Rihanna is. No one knows who the fuck my sister is. Like at some point, and a lot of that is through her own fault because she actually is an amazing singer. But your skill is not enough to take you places. You have to have the drive and the want to do that. So and you have to have the ability to actually, because when you're in a subjective space like buying music is, like the music marketplace is, you have to have something that people actually want. Now, my thing is there should be a space cultivated for people that can do that. Like hip hop is one of the few spaces where we don't have anything for the people who can excel. Like even in bands, you can have like an ill ass guitarist that may not be like the primary guitarist in the band. Like they can be there to throw an ill ass solo on the shit that's technical and then play some regular shit at regular time. You don't really have those spaces for rappers for real, where outside of battle rap, where motherfuckers can just like really do, like there's no museum exhibit for like niggas that can really rap, basically. Like you don't have that space for the super artistic.
And I think honestly, I don't know all of the details, but it seems like that's what Lupe is trying to make with that group. I can't remember the name of the group. You know what I'm talking about?
Sosa.
Yeah, with Sosa. I don't know what it stands for. You probably remember.
Society of Spoken Art, I think.
Yeah, I think
Lee has applied to that shit, and the critiques are so stringent. Lee's lyrical ass he's gonna run up on somebody if he don't get into it next time. I can feel it. I can feel it, bro. But it actually trips me out that he's not already in there. But trips me out too.
Yeah, but I think that's exactly what Lupe is making. He wants, and it seems like the King Los is a part of that too. Like, you know, his music just doesn't do it for me and probably for most people, but he is thriving in that space. Like Lupe was talking about Los. You
sit in those gun bars.
Come on.
Sending that mural light shit you rapped us earlier, nigga.
Hell yeah. We know you got plenty in the tuck for that. So but yeah, Lou in a video a long time ago talked about how he think King Los is better than most people out right now. And sure, in that space, absolutely. Like we wouldn't ask a lot of the rappers out there. Like we wouldn't ask Drake to step into that space, into the Sosa space, and try to rhyme with those type of people. Like that's not where he thrives at all.
Right. Yeah.
So with hip hop, like it's like it begs the question, like, you know, is the medium the message, or the message the medium, basically, because like hip hop is an art form. Like it's a skill to be able to put words together and deliver them in this message. The way we receive them, most of the time, like and like you said, there are several avenues like battle rap, freestyle, yada yada yada. But the way that most people receive it is music. So with that said, a lot of MCs are just going to be judged on the music they put out. So, and that's a double-edged sword, because like you said, AJ, there are some guys who can really, really rap, who can't, you know, just fine-tune that artistry and create good music. So with that said, like who do y'all think are like some of the best like MCs who can, you know, live in that world too, who have like made the good music, and not just like rap great verses, but I mean like overall projects, like crafted, like just overall like great projects, like actually put music together. I mean, I have one person in mind, and it aged terribly, but yeah.
Who is that person?
Yeah, I got one maybe.
Mine is Eminem, because I don't think people realize how great of a producer he is, and I don't mean like in the sense of making beats. I mean of like constructing songs.
Okay, so wait, is your question who in the popular space can thrive in the other spaces?
Yeah, who has like the lyricism, but also like the artistry to like make like actual like good music. Like for instance, like a Kendrick Lamar, of course. Like that's right. That's easy, but who else like do you think is someone who like thrives in like both of those spaces?
I mean, the obvious Lupe, Nas,
Absol.
Yeah.
Yeah, Absol could definitely do it. Like Absol had a track, well, not a track. He had Daylight battling him on one of his songs, like a little bonus track on there. So, wait. What's the thumbs up? What is that for?
That shit was dirt, bro.
The battle was dirt, or the album was dirt. The album was dirt.
Like I'm sorry, bro. That I love the concept, maybe, but nah.
Do you fuck with rap battle like that though?
Heavy.
And you didn't think it sounded like a rap battle? Like it didn't.
He doesn't like Rum Nitty, Chuck. So that should kind of tell.
No. Pronounce his name correctly. That is Bum Nitty. Say it correctly. It's fine.
What's wrong with Rum Nitty?
No, nothing is wrong with Rum Nitty, but Bum Nitty is fucking terrible.
Which one is Bum Nitty? When did he show up?
The motherfucker from Arizona. The motherfucker that just battled Geechee Gotti and fucking died.
That was the bum? Wait. You think he battled this Geechee? Are you high?
Joe, look at the chat. Look at the chat.
Heavy punchers, bro.
Yo, fuck you, Joe.
Hey,
that's an inside joke. That's an inside joke because I used to troll Chuck and end tweets with these days because Chuck hates that album.
That was ass, man. And
these days is so terrible.
I was at that point where I was like, quietly saying, "Yo, is Absol better than Kendrick on the low?" And then he dropped These Days, and I stopped talking about that shit.
Nah,
I'm glad you did.
Put an end to that quick.
Nah, I'm good. The control system was incredible, man, and the long term was fire, but These Days, no. But you know what? I'm not gonna talk to this man about Rum versus Geechee, bro. Like,
listen, Joe.
Did you think he beat Geechee? No,
absolutely. Are you kidding me?
I really. All right.
I don't know.
No bullshit.
That's the closest battle I've ever seen.
It was definitely close.
AJ,
I talked about it. It was definitely
closest battle I think I've ever seen.
It was closer than I expected it to be, but I had Geechee, man. Like, I'm sorry that Geechee shit. Like when he get to talking, that shit just hit different. I'm not even a street nigga. These niggas in this chat know me. But when Geechee start talking that shit,
it's a different feel. Absolutely,
exactly. It's a different feel. That shit just different.
And like, I wanted one thing to be clear. I'm a fan of both of them. Like the fact that they did EFB together, like blew my mind. And still, I think Rum beat him in the first 2 rounds. The third round,
I was about to say he fell short. He fell short in the
Geechee
third round. Yeah,
he did, but Geechee also went left Earth in the third round.
Yeah,
and smoked him. But first 2 rounds, Rum got him. And I think that was more of an experience thing. Their experience ain't that different, but Rum has been in this space a little bit longer than him. And I think it showed in those first 2 rounds.
I'm not mad at that. I mean, but like I said, I just had Geechee winning. And Bum Nitty should get kicked out of EFB after that. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I just
shut the fuck.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Isn't Jerry West in EFB?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on now. Like,
now it's Geechee and Jerry West. That's it.
Bro, that's garbage. Why would you kick Rum out and keep Jerry West? Jerry West is trash. What that mean?
I had Rum winning as well, and Jerry West is trash.
Man, Fee, you a nutty nigga though, so that don't matter. Like,
no, bro.
Let's not. I don't want to. I can go off on a whole tangent about Jerry West being trash and kind of just coasting along. But
Jerry West, he tried to be Hitman so bad, and he's bad at it.
And Hitman is bad at being Hitman, so it's like double that.
Hitman is.
Oh, man.
Wait, y'all said Jerry West is Hitman in Paul's body?
Hey, bro. I've agreed with Chuck on like 80% of this podcast. That's fine. Like I'm with it.
I don't even know where the fuck we was going.
We were talking about people that can exist in all of those
you got
things.
to take on this, man.
My bad. My person was gonna be Most Def. Okay. Like I just believe that he has the ability to thrive in both song making and obviously that nigga can really rap.
That's an inside joke because Ray growing up, we used to say he looked like Most Def.
Oh, forgot about that. My bad.
I saw him go to get on.
I forgot about that. My bad, Ray.
But no, that's accurate. Most Def is definitely one of those people. Like I feel like if he was stateside, he'd probably be a part of that collective too. And you know what? They keep it real quiet. the Sosa stuff, he might be a part of it for all we know.
Fair enough.
And Mos Def is a guy who has told popular rappers, "Hey, put your money up. Let's do this freestyle like on the spot."
Mhm.
And
I think
people
him and
just
Lou
said,
was
"Nah."
supposed to battle
Yeah.
at one point.
Mhm. Yeah, but
No,
but
I
but,
know
but
he
Lupe
said-
was like, "Nah, that man will kill me. I'm not
No, he
doing
said,
that."
I know Lupe put out a video where he was talking about like the process of putting together food and liquor, like early on, where he said Most Def had like sent him a track, and he was like, "Nigga, you not finna do that to me."
Mm-mm.
He said he heard the verse, and he was like,
Absolutely not.
He said no. He
Absolutely
said,
not.
"You nigga, you trying to set me up for failure, but Peter, you have me to get off on this one."
Well, I say Sahai comes to mind because I think he makes some decent music. He rap pretty well. Mickey Fax, I think Mickey Fax got a song. I think it's called A minus, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't use the letter A in any part of that or any part of that verse for the whole 2 or 3 minutes that he's rapping. And Mouse is actually a good project from him too. And then Mickey has actually battle rapped. He's
pretty
kicked a
solid.
couple times, but
He's getting better at it. He actually surprised me. He actually is pretty solid.
he
Also
better
did
than
a
Joe
song with
Budden.
Birmingham's own King LJ. Shouts to him.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So
But,
I think Mickey could.
Sahai, you're right about Sahai, but dog, he dropped some of the cringiest bars sometime, bro. Like he dropped some stinkers in there.
He tries to oversell a lot of his bars, and they fall flat.
85%.
hey, that's what battle rappers do, bro. He'll fit right in.
You're right. He would definitely fit in that space. Like
I
Sahai.
got one. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say there is a space that's kind of like that, where it's not a battle area. It just lets people that rap. I think it's called Team Backpack or something like that. And Sahai thrives over there in that space. Him, Joel Ortiz was over there. Rhapsody was in that space.
Ransom was over there too.
I don't think I tuned in when Ransom was over there, bro.
Hey, he got off on that "So Appalled" verse. I don't care. Like he got off on that verse, man.
Yeah, but that bar is terrible. I got one that's not famous, but I feel like he could do it, and that's Sean Smith. Like
I knew it was gonna be Sean Smith. You're right though. He is.
Yeah.
He's at a point right now where I feel like if something don't line up perfectly for him, he's just gonna have to live over in that. Come on, man.
Hey man, Joel Ortiz got some of the
He be
worst
rapping
bars
sometimes.
ever.
He be rapping sometimes.
Hold on, bro. This nigga Joel Ortiz said, "I wrote this rhyme with a tech in my JS Sport. So who the fuck said I don't do it for the backpackers?"
Look, man, he be rapping sometimes, man.
No, he do. Like
That's
like
gonna be
Joel
a no
Ortiz
for me,
do
dog.
me, and then the other times it'd be like, "How did you make it in the slaughterhouse,
Yo,
bro?"
like when Royce was talking about Slaughterhouse, and he was talking about like yeah, sometimes this nigga might have the best verse. I'm like, bro, there's never one time that I heard Joel Ortiz on the song. It's like, damn, that nigga Joel killed the rest of these niggas.
I do
know.
everything my pen state like a Nittany
Nittany
Lion.
Lion. I will give y'all 2 times that Joel Ortiz had the best verse. There's the original Slaughterhouse joint, like not on Buttons joint.
You mean
But,
the one with Nino Bless?
Yeah,
No,
the shit
not
with
that
Nino.
Not
Not that one. It's the one where I think it's just hold on. Let me see if I got that shit. I think it's just called Slaughterhouse. I think there's 3 of them joints.
I thought that was the one with Nino Bless on it.
No. There's 3 of them. Hold on.
I'm so glad they didn't add him to the group. That nigga is.
Yeah.
Come on.
They were they was in a tough spot choosing between both of them. And,
Yeah.
I thought
this
Nino
is
Bless
a fair assessment,
fit, bro.
oh, hold up now. This is a whole nother conversation. The greatest whack rapper of all time.
The greatest black rapper?
That is still Joel Santana to me.
Nah, fam.
Hey.
I might have to go
One
with Yo
slot.
Gotti.
One slot
Yo
was the joint. My bad.
Gotti is fucking hard, but he's like not the greatest, bro. Like Yo Gotti makes the best fucking music, bro. Like I swear to God, he makes the best fucking music. But like lyrically,
Hey Joe, which album was your shit?
bruh. You scared a lot.
I am, and that CM7.
Yeah.
Bruh. Hey, Yo Gotti might be the best whack rapper, bruh. That nigga is nice.
I'm a Plies. That nigga Plies make the greatest album.
Plies.
Hey, facts.
Ray, you got
All
any
right.
takes you want to get off while you sitting on here?
Nah, man, I'm just here.
So the joint was called Onslaught. On the first Onslaught, I think
Okay.
Joel had one of the best verses on that. And then they do two Funk Flex freestyles where Joel went last. And on the first one, they did two of them on the same night. On the first one, Joel had the best of the four of them. No, it's the second one because that first one, Cricket had that Lovey Smith Bear With Me shit where he just left Earth on that joint. But yeah, every once in a while, Joel will be like, all right, I see why. And then he'll say, I do everything. My Penn State's like a Nittany Lion.
Got some stinkers out there, bro.
Why would you do that, Joel?
Because he's Joel.
Man, he was forced into a tight spot, man. He
I'll
shouldn't
be
have been
there
in
like a young
Slaughterhouse.
Mike Jack.
He shouldn't have been in Slaughterhouse, and he had to find a way to make it stick, man.
No, he really shouldn't have been. Like they should have found a fourth rapper to like they should have went and found a Southern rapper so they had somebody from every corner. You ain't need two New York dudes basically in Slaughterhouse.
But New
Like,
York
they should have
is
went and found a Southern rapper. But another person I was gonna say who I think could do both, like sneakily, and Lee's gonna heavily disagree with this, but Fonte.
Yeah. Yeah.
As a Fonte like stan almost, I don't know about that, fam.
See, my thing with Fonte is he's another dude that I don't know that we've ever heard rap the best that he can. He gives you just enough slick shit for me that makes me feel like he got another level. He just ain't gonna go there. Not that he makes commercial music anyway, but he makes the music for his space. And I think like if you go from the listening to like Tigolo for Dolo, is one that make that has it like, and then what was the intro off Left Back?
Oh yeah, shit. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Curtain Call. He
had moments.
Just enough to where it's like, okay, you seem like a nigga that's holding back just enough to where you're not over rapping all your shit. But I feel because he was a battler. I know.
Yeah, he was a battle rapper. That's his origin. Yeah.
Yeah. So at least I don't hate Fonte. I just listen to him like a social dude, and I didn't hear it.
And that's kind of how I feel about it too. And I think that's more so because the people that we know are the Sosa dudes are super technical.
Yeah.
On a different level. And Fonte, he's technically sound in a different way.
Yeah,
like,
he simplifies it. Like to me, the thing that always impresses me is when a rapper can slide a bar by you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like without you noticing. Like to me, there's a skillful way for you to slide something past someone to where they kind of get it, but then it like takes 2 or 3 bars for you to be like, ooh.
His pen is definitely up there. So
yeah, so
right.
he does that just enough to makes me feel like he can do it. He just don't do it. Because Fonte, if you follow the nigga on social media, he really don't give a fuck about none of this shit. He's just trying to make enough money to where he
grown
can retire.
man bars, bro.
And, he do it just enough. He just trying to make sure his bills is paid and he can have enough opportunities in other spaces. Because the minute that foreign exchange shit took off, he was like, hey, fuck this rap shit.
Yeah.
Which was one of the smartest decisions ever.
I think Black Thought could probably do it too.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Very, very easily.
Probably easily, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he's one of the people that's probably low key already doing both things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think an official space, like a bigger space, not an official space, but I think a bigger space for it would be dope. I would love to see somebody who knows that they can and has that reach to like get out there and create that space for young dudes who can rap. Because Crooked had on his Instagram, he was talking about some 14-year-old had tweeted him and said that he was like, man, I'm 14 and I really want to rap lyrical, but how do I get better when no one seems to give a fuck about that? And I'm like, I can kind of empathize with that because when I was 15, 16, I wouldn't have gave a fuck. I'd have just kept rapping until motherfuckers like made a steak face at me. But I can understand a kid not seeing or anybody that raps like him and having to go search for that shit and being like, yo, I'm spitting dope shit and motherfuckers looking at you like, man.
Yeah, there's no popular place that cultivates that.
Yeah, there's no place for like him to go. Because even like speaking of Team, I ain't seen the Team Backpack video in like 4 years.
Yeah, it's been a little quiet. So
like that shit kind of fell off. So yeah, it'd be nice if someone that had money and the time and the space could like do something like that for niggas that rap. Because I don't give a fuck no more. But if I was 15 years younger, I would love to see a space like that.
Yeah.
You see, Joe says Starlito can be in both of those spaces.
Yeah, Starlito is like sneaky lyrical. So yeah, I agree with that.
I'm not mad at that.
I ain't never listened to him.
He actually makes some really good introspective music.
Yeah.
I know Fee fuck with him heavy, and I trust Fee's judgment.
His flow is going to be like weird to get into at first, but like the more you listen to it, you can be like, okay, it makes sense.
What up, little nigga? I know he can't hear me, but I'm waving at him anyway to see. All right.
Oh, I was like, what?
It's
like, nah,
He over there looking for
around,
Caden and shit.
Oh yeah, because usually it's Kane. But no, Lee's right. Like rap need, for lack of a better term, it needs the artsy space. It needs like a museum exhibit space for verses. Kind of. I don't know how you would do it, but now in this virtual space, you can do any fucking thing.
Do some rap verse NFTs out there in the streets.
So one of the coolest ideas I've ever seen came from like a rapper I absolutely hate. So I can't even say this with a straight face, but Cannabis had a website, and basically he would upload like bars, and it would construct like an infinite loop of like just rap. Like you could just go to the website any time of the day, and the bars he uploaded would like be like it would be constructed almost like it's an infinite song, and that's cool as hell. But I don't want to listen to Cannabis do that. So yeah, there needs to be spaces where people can experiment with shit like that, because that's a cool ass idea. But yeah,
Lee
why
says
you hate
speaking of
Cannabis?
museum space is apparently Lee has done so well in this. Lee's been featured in several art exhibits in Alabama. Apparently his next album, even though me and Chuck swear he won't drop it, is going to be an art exhibit.
That's what he says.
What he says. We got to see if it'll actually come out.
Got to drop it first.
Lee got like 6 projects in the tuck that he refuses to drop.
yeah. SARS-CoV-2 SARS is out into the world now. You got to drop the project. Like the pressure is on now.
Drop them shits, man. Drop
I
them.
don't know why. Shit gonna be ass.
See, y'all remember when I said that Joe would be Lupe because of how Lupe was acting on the live? That's exactly what the fuck I mean.
You ain't rapped by mistake.
Oh, bro,
Niggas think I forgot, bro. I still want that smoke. Drop that shit.
We gotta talk about that trash ass ransom bar, bro.
Oh my god, this nigga Ransom. So Ransom said he felt like he was better than everybody on there, and Ransom said, "Come on, man. I said I know the score. I refugees." And Lupe was like, "Nigga, that shit is trash." And Ransom was like, "What's he trying to like break it down?" It was like, "Nigga, that bar don't need break it down."
Didn't Ransom
Lupe was
lose
like,
Joe Budden, bro?
Yes, he did. But
Yeah,
like Lupe was like,
he
who
did.
are the G's? Are there few G's? Why are you reffing?
Like, why are you reffing a few G's?
Yeah.
Or is it a
What
few
you
of the
talking about,
G's? Why are they being reffed? I was like, yeah.
Like the whole time he was on that live, I'm like, nigga, why are you here? You should
Like,
not
why is
be
he-
on this.
He shouldn't be in that
Anytime Lou talked about like not giving a fuck about anything Ransom's coming with, he was so dead ass serious, bro. Like he was getting his jokes off and his laughing, but he was so serious.
And it's so funny because Ransom is like a gangster rapper, but he was not jumping foul at Lupe at all. Like it's like he knew, like, okay, yeah.
Well, Lupe
that's-
was like, when I first clicked in there, he was breaking down the pistol on the live anyway. Like when I first threw him in there, he was just like cleaning the gun and moving it around.
yeah,
Hey,
like
y'all can keep playing with that sports swinging nigga if you want.
Listen, I said it on our PlayStation chat a couple months ago. I was like, it's a reason why motherfuckers don't jump stupid at Lupe for real. Like niggas didn't know. Like
like Lupe a wild card, so don't
like niggas didn't know. Like the drug case where they had that nigga on the phone saying some shit that got Chili 44. It's the reason he started rapping nerdy shit after that shit happened. He's like, hey, I'm good.
Bro.
I don't want no parts of that. Yeah, nah, that refugee, like he really thought that he like had the big joker with that bar. Like he just said some shit that the niggas was supposed to be impressed with, and I'm just like, nigga, I had better bars than that when I was 19. Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about?
Nah.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, bro. You're not gonna force that shit on us, and then you talk about you better than niggas on the call. Like, bro, you're not better than anybody on here. In fact, there's a lot of niggas that I would rather listen to for that lyrical shit before I get the Ransom name. I forgot about this nigga, honestly.
Yeah, like
I didn't even know he was
I
still
forgot
rapping.
all about Ransom.
Last time I heard from Ransom was when him and Budden was beefing like 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's like who just put out something, said that they were coming back to rap or some shit like that.
Well, probably Lloyd Banks, but his shit was actually decent, so I can't even hate on
Oh,
him.
it was dope.
I ain't heard
I
of
still
it.
need to listen to that. Now that I've switched from Tidal to Apple Music, I don't listen to new music as much as I used to because I had to go into a separate app for it. So when I go into Apple Music, because all my music is there, I don't listen to my music because I still have a musical library. So I'm thinking I'm gonna switch over to Spotify, so I can have that again because Tidal was charging way too much fucking money, and now it's owned by white people, and I ain't paying white people that much money.
How much does Tidal charge?
19.
19.
God damn.
19 of the things.
I had a student
Jay
discount.
said you got to support black business, bro. You better get on
So
board.
for me, the only reason that I
I'm
was
already
like,
supporting. Look,
I would.
Talk about it. Talk
Hey,
If
about
I,
it.
if I do say my
You say the only yak you can get out here, nigga. Hennessy is
shit, I
gone.
can't get no Hennessy, no Remy. God damn.
It's a Henny short. You can probably get that Henny white bullshit.
That's why you're supposed to be drinking that good shit, bro. I don't know nothing about y'all nutty niggas, bro.
But
Nah, I don't got sweet ass shit.
I had a student membership, so my Tidal membership was only $10. And I like the fact that they, out of the big streaming services, they pay the most per stream to artists. So if I'm gonna listen to the shit that pays artists the most money.
Fair
But
enough.
now that he done did that deal and Jack owned all the shit, I'm good. Or is it Serena Williams' husband? One of them white tech dudes owns the majority of Tidal now. I was like, I'm cool. You want that fucking crown, Joe? If there's ever a crown shortage, nigga, I need to see what's gonna happen.
Nigga, I ain't never gonna be short of crown, nigga.
Yeah, all right. That's when we gonna see Joe in that vodka.
It's always headgear in the cup, bro. Gone.
Yeah, Lee says Logic is back. Unfortunately, yeah, I thought that nigga retired.
He's what now?
Oh, okay, that's who it was.
That's who you was talking about. That nutty nigga.
Yeah,
he should have
Nah,
never picked
Mike.
up the pen in the first place. So
Talk about it.
I don't know if Logic is the first nigga. If I could go back in time and stop them from rapping, I would. But he's on the list.
I will stop him in present time, bro. Like I will steal on him right now.
Like, nigga, if we had an Avengers Endgame style mission to like go back and just stop certain niggas from rapping, Logic is definitely on the list. Like he's one of the
Logic,
Infinity
Big
Stones that we
Sean,
hitting.
Hey, nah,
Damn,
Big Sean got to stay.
But Big Sean can stay.
Oh no, Joe, I
Big
didn't know.
Sean,
Like
Big
this
Sean,
is new
Yeah,
stuff.
no, I didn't know. I didn't know Logic was mentioned. I didn't know J. Cole was
Super
36.
duper flow, bro. That's the only way he can stay. I don't like this offbeat Big Sean, bro. This nigga ass.
I'm conflicted on speaking of
The
Big Sean
baby.
yeah, no, I'm stopping the baby's producer.
Why?
I need them distorted flute trap beats to get the fuck out. The baby got worse beat selection than Cassidy makes beats. Like the baby be picking worse beats than Cassidy makes.
But the baby be flowing. It don't even matter. Like he
need
makes me
to
forget all
flow
about
over
the
better
beat.
beats. That nigga found every flute that Jay-Z thought was on Blueprint 2. Every last one. I need the baby's producer locked up.
But what's wild is like the baby really does have a nice flow, but he insists,
bro.
He insists on rapping on the worst. Like it's almost
The
like he goes to
worst-
producer like, "Hey, give me your worst shit."
Hey, what's the shit you was finna delete? What's the shit in your trash bin that you forgot to
Hey,
input?
what did everybody else say I don't want? Yeah, that's the shit I want right there.
Hey, Joe Cole
Yeah.
said the baby got the nerve to ask how to get a J verse with those Fisher Price xylophone beats.
Come on.
Come on, bro.
Joe, you know his production is horrible, bro.
It's trash. It's so bad,
bro.
He got
But the fact that the baby can get through like his bad production and still be at the level that he's at, bro, that's
but
crazy.
he don't have to choose that life, bro.
Look, it's like when Drake be in the strip club telling strippers, you don't have to do this. Like that's what I want to tell them. Like you don't have to rap over this.
It took J. Cole a long time to figure out he can let some other people do some production on his stuff, but he did it. He did it.
It's 2021.
The baby going to get this from somebody else. You asking for this?
But no, here's the wild thing because his go-to producer is Jetson. I thought it was just a producer, but this dude produced like most of Jack Harlow's album, and those beats were fire. So it has to be the baby. It has to.
Yeah, he is selecting those.
He is
picking
selecting those terrible beats.
He's wondering why there aren't flutes if there aren't flutes.
I need more flutes.
He's gonna blast them beats.
That nigga heard Jay say, "I brought the flutes this time," and wanted to make sure he was never without.
He's bringing the flutes every time.
Every time. Hey Jay, I actually brought the flutes. You want to hop on this? It's not acquired. It's actual flutes. Is this what I need?
You know what?
To get a J verse?
There it is. That's why he was asking for a J verse. That's been his plan this whole time. He found the flutes and he's trying to bring the flutes to Jay.
The damn extended flute universe. Like,
bro, if he get Jay on a record, bro, that shit gonna be a smash, bro. And I hate using that word, but that shit gonna be.
Hey, no, real shit. Imagine
if
the
he
baby.
Get Jay, that shit gonna be dumb.
Imagine the baby with his charisma and flow getting like with Jay-Z led production and them doing a song. That shit would actually be fire.
Y'all gonna get Mr. Nice Watch and I'm gonna laugh my ass off at y'all.
The only thing that sucks with them trying to make a video because the baby is so funny and so like playful, like almost like a Red Man in his videos. And then Jay-Z is on the total opposite spectrum, like mafioso, and like, bro, that would be the weirdest fucking video ever.
And speaking of, and this is perfect because Ray is on here, and this used to be his favorite rapper. It might still be, but when Lil Duval said the baby is this generation's Ludacris, I was like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
that shit don't make sense. Don't make no kind of sense.
And shit like that, bro, it make you hate a nigga for no reason. Like you're gonna get the baby talked about in a bad way because you said you jumped out the window on some nut shit. He didn't say that. You said that. Now everybody got smoke for him. He ain't even do nothing.
I felt that.
Bro, and the comparison he pulled up. The comparison he pulled up was in the fucking video when they had them extra blown up ass muscles compared to fucking Luda's old shit. I was like, come on, bro.
Hey, but guess what? Let's go.
Hey, he should do an Attack on Titan video. That shit would be so fire.
That should be fire.
Hey.
I'd start watching Attack on Titan, bro. If he had that, bro, that shit would be.
I gotta watch the last season.
It's not a bad anime. It's not as good as everybody says it is, but it's not a bad anime.
I haven't been able to find anything to like make me get into it, so.
It's a very slow burn, and I don't know. It for me, I could watch it because at the beginning, at the very least, it didn't have a main character that I hated, which is damn near impossible for me in shown in the anime because they're all Goku spinoffs.
But they sure found a way to make them in the one you hate, though.
I'm almost done with it. What you think about that Inuyasha daughter shit?
I liked it.
I'm almost done. I think I got like 4 episodes left.
I like the way they mixed the personalities of the parents into the kids. You've got a Sesshomaru, you've got a Inuyasha, and you've got a Kagome kind of in there, but it's like mixed up. You got No, I like it. I'm interested to see because the second season drops in a couple months. I'm interested to see what they do with that.
Yeah,
where they take it. Speaking of Lee, watch Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah,
please.
I just started.
Nigga, you ain't seen Cowboy Bebop.
He ain't watch anime at all.
Like anime. Lee hates anime.
I never seen it either.
All right.
He just started a little journey trying to watch a few things. I can't remember what he started with, but yeah, he's giving it a shot now.
Yeah, and I understand because I mean, again, most anime is a Goku protagonist who wants to be the something, and they make dumb decisions, and their friends are more interesting characters than they.
Hey, speaking of, bro, I got this coworker that's about to deploy, right? They asked what he want on his dog tags as his religion. Why you say put Gokuism on my
Nigga, what?
And bro, they put
So you gonna be a bad
Gokuism on
parent?
his dog tags.
Hey, I mean, nigga,
Bruh.
he might be leaving his kid to go fight a battle.
Yeah.
and
I was just
another
about to
nigga
say he's
raising
a
his
terrible
son.
father. Terrible.
That might be happening.
Man,
Hey,
That might
hey, Joe, you know niggas do that in the military. It'd be niggas who volunteer for every deployment to get away from their wife and kids.
all right, and that's and I'm not mad at that, bro. If you got some stress at home, bro, leave them motherfuckers. I'm
But
not
nah,
mad
you
at that.
can't trust that guy because he's gonna toss the enemy a sensu bean and then what?
I'm more mad at Ray's unit for actually allowing for them niggas to put Goku on his shit. Like, nigga, what unit you? I'm on the phone right now with your shirt, bro. Like, no, get this nigga off the deployment. Like, the fuck? Like, that's not allowed.
He go give the enemy other weapons and shit to make the
Yeah,
fight
like-
interesting.
They're gonna be short in the ammunition, so
This-
niggas get
oh
stuck
my
out
God.
in the middle of the field with no ammo.
This nigga Ray want me to be a fucking superintendent so goddamn bad, bro. Like, that's not a recognizable religion, bro. Like, I'm not even overly military, bro. But like, yo, y'all gotta fucking chill, bro.
Man, he not even gonna touch them damn dog tags.
It don't matter. Don't put that shit on there.
Oh my god.
I saw that shit last week. Nah, I think it was earlier this week. Like, bro, you really did that shit? Y'all niggas dumb.
I'm getting that nigga sent home. You got me fucked up.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If a nigga say his religion is Gokuism and we finna go into it, but I'm leaving.
Nah,
Yeah.
bro. Tell him put Jedi
You don't
in
make
that
sound
shit.
decisions.
That's a recognizable religion.
Nigga, we gonna be in the foxhole where them other niggas gonna be out of ammo. He gonna start tossing them niggas clips.
Hey
Exactly.
Joe. I think he said it as a joke at first. So when he said that, yeah, I'll get him on there, then it became real.
But fam, they not even allowed to put that shit on it. Like, oh my god. Yeah.
Even you liking Goku is a character flaw, dog.
Yeah, that's already
Yeah.
mistake number
Should've
one.
put Krillin
Don't
on
get her
that
done.
bitch.
All
The
right,
fuck?
all right, man.
Yeah, you put Krillin on there, they guarantee them shit's gonna be tied up on at the bottom of his boot.
And ain't no Dragon Ball
Oh,
bring you back either.
Oh, shit. Hey, we sending my man casket home, my G.
Come on.
American flag draped over it.
Yo, relax. Dog, relax. Relax.
I ain't going.
Dog,
Oh, shit.
I've been by them. Relax. Relax.
This definitely don't need to get clipped.
I mean, you brought Krillin into this.
Nah.
We gonna get canceled if that occurs.
Exactly. Relax.
Please understand, half the people in here have
I'm a veteran, bro, and I've been to war, so
Yeah,
I'm a veteran too, baby.
I'm gonna make these jokes.
These three niggas is veterans.
Exactly.
not.
Give
All the
me my
military game was
free
all
meals,
yours.
bro. I want all my free shit.
Hey, them stolen valor videos, man. Them niggas be.
Dog, I was at 2 years ago. I went into Chipotle because obviously they was giving away free burritos. You know me, I love Chipotle. That's a plug. Anyway, I was in there, and I swear to you, on everything I love, I walked in. Dude had the Department of Veterans, you know, the black joint, you know, whatever hat. He had a ABU Air Force top, no name tapes. He had he had 5 stripes on one arm, 2 stripes on the other, with a pair of blue jeans and some dress shoes, my nigga. I cannot make this shit up to you, bruh. I can't.
That's
This
the
nigga-
nastiest fit of all time.
Nasty. It had a nerve to be sitting with some lady. I'm assuming that was his wife and the little ass kid. I got my food. I try to just skate out, bruh. I think he overheard them niggas at the register. He was like, came up to me, oh man, you know, thank you for your service, man. It's hard out here for us veterans. I looked at that nigga. Nigga, you serious right now? Like, man, I feel I don't do this, like, because I'm not the military, nigga. I'm not. I don't do this, but I swear to God, on everything I was like, yo, I I feel bad for your wife and your kid because they gotta sit here with your nut shit, bro. That's not real. Like, why are you out here looking like that? Like, bro, like, don't do that, bro. That shit make everything look bad, nigga. And he just looked at me. Oh, you just gonna call me out in front of my family? Yes, nigga. Yes.
Do you see yourself?
He's like,
Yes,
you walked outside
exactly,
with your
like-
family like that.
Yes, nigga, you look goofy.
That nigga pulling the dude dirty, bro, or whatever that nigga
Nigga
saying,
look
baby
goofy.
boy. Man, I just be down at do dirties playing Madden all day.
Shit, wild, bro. I can't, bro. I can't, bro.
That's what I thought you was talking about. But
Oh my
can't,
God.
man.
Oh,
Niggas is goofy.
Oh man,
do we have anything else on the docket? I didn't even bring up Chuck wearing a Batman t-shirt.
What that mean? Me wearing the shirt don't mean he don't
dog,
get his ass on Spider-Man, bro.
I just noticed that.
I peeped it as soon as he got on, but I knew we had a full docket, so I wasn't going to bring up the Chuck.
Oh, okay.
Chuck bringing up the Batman to get his ass whooped by every superhero.
Not every superhero.
Every street level superhero.
Street level.
Yes. Dusty. Daredevil will put the brakes on Batman.
Oh, Daredevil putting the
Oh,
beats on Batman.
Daredevil
Absolutely.
cold.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else?
Oh,
Nah.
no,
motherfucking hours long.
I don't have anything. But AJ, real quick, bro, and it does match for the shirt I'm wearing. I finally actually listened to your goddamn tape about Janet being better than Mike.
Her
Nigga.
discography?
Yes.
Yeah,
Nigga.
welcome to this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruh,
Hey,
I didn't.
I'm late.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Janet Jackson's discography.
So someone on Twitter
It's
asked,
pretty crazy.
Did Janet
That's
have a better
kinda
discography
crazy.
than Mike? And my cousin Chauncey was in town, and me and him were talking about it. And I asked him, and he said 1 second, and pulled up a mix. And 5 songs into it, I said, "Yep, you are absolutely correct." Because if you go back and listen to Mike's discography, after Janet drops, he tries to copy everything that Janet does. He tries to get the knock. He tried to do the New Jack Swing shit. He tried to do the Neo Soul joint. Every time Janet dropped an album, Mike tried to at least one song to capture what Janet did, and he couldn't do it.
So if I listen to this Janet Jackson Essentials on Apple Music, I'll be straight.
Probably.
you should
You can just listen to Control, honestly.
Yeah.
Don't really
Control is
yeah,
such
like that.
Yeah,
Control
Control
is-
fire.
Control the Velvet Rope. You can nigga.
I will tune in.
I'm late to the party. I will admit that I'm late.
Listen, I didn't think I'm dog, Thriller. Thriller alone. Off the wall. And my cousin was like, no, it's a conversation, and played 5 joints back to back, showing the examples, and I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, Janet Jackson bag is deeper. Yeah.
She got some.
Hey, find that and send it to me.
She got some joints.
I don't know if he got it up online nowhere. There's some shit on his phone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah,
it's definitely like that.
We knew Janet had some shit, but she got some shit.
Her discography is probably really, really underrated. And we can end off on this, but Mary J. Blige was saying that she shouldn't have to do a verses against nobody because she just got so much shit in her catalog. But her versus Janet would be a very legitimate.
I give you that.
And she is right, but Janet would be the answer to that.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. And I think Janet is getting her. I don't know if Janet's smoking her, but I think Janet is getting her because Janet got.
If it's limited to 20 songs, it's gonna be a good competition.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, because everybody was saying her versus Tony Braxton. I'm like,
Nah,
Tony ain't got
Tony ain't got enough.
cuts like that.
Yeah, she got enough.
Nah.
she don't Tony got hits, but she don't got a ton of jams. Mary got jams.
enough.
Yeah,
Tony
Mary
gonna
got
save
jams.
hers for those last 5 and try to tip
Yeah,
the scales, but yeah.
I was about to say, to bring this full circle, my life and what it did is basically how we talk about reasonable doubt in hip hop terms. That album, when that shit dropped, was just it just stopped the world. Everything just stopped in place. So Tony Braxton doesn't have a complete body of work like that in her catalog. She has individual songs, true enough, but she has good albums, but a complete body of work that just that impactful. Nah, she doesn't have that.
and as much as Babyface is one of the greatest songwriter producers of our generation, but you know a Babyface joint when you hear it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's very sterile. It's very processed. It's like Babyface got a lot of hits, but Babyface don't have a ton of jams. And I think when you in a versus format, the joints that can evoke that matters a lot more than just the chart topping award winning joints. Like for this format.
Janet got those in the tuck, bro.
She got both.
I'm gonna say this real quick because like it was actually strange for me to realize that people didn't feel that way about Janet for the longest time, because in my household, my dad played Janet just as much, if not more, than Michael. So and he had the vinyl and everything. So I in the household, my perspective was she was just as big as him or bigger, but of course not the reality. But yeah, her albums are crazy. I always go back to them.
Yeah, like I said, Ray, just put on Control when you'll understand. Like it's a certain knock. It just ain't on none of MJ shit. Like none of it. His shit was too pristine and perfect. And Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis was absolutely lacing Janet with shit for Control. And then they turned around and gave New Edition Heartbreak like right after that, which is some of the wildest shit. When you just sit and think about it.
Hey, speaking of verses, y'all tuning in tomorrow?
Bro,
tomorrow.
Yeah, Soulja Boy and Bow Wow.
Big Soulja is selling the fuck out of this fight, bro. I'm sorry.
Big Draco.
Big Draco.
Exactly.
No lie, he would be the only reason I tune in to watch it.
Yeah, that's
the only reason.
Music. I think Bow Wow was gonna smoke the fuck out of him, music wise.
But he's gonna be talking that shit though.
Yeah, but he's gonna be talking that.
Exactly.
It's gonna be like Gucci versus Jeezy. It's gonna be like
go on the Versus IG page and look at the video that they posted for Soulja Boy. That nigga's so funny, man.
That nigga is. I just need Bow Wow to play the diss video with the little sound effects in the background. Now you're done. Because I got a record that
I got a record. Whatever record
drop. This one is Tombstone for you, little homie. Dun. You gonna go sit at your coffin. Dun.
Bro, I swear I just saw that video again too.
Niggas
one of the greatest videos of all time. Oh shit! But yeah, man.
You might have posted it on fucking Twitter or some shit.
I did. I post that shit every once in a while when someone talking shit. I was like, yeah, I'm finna diss you. Now you're done. Dun. Curtains. Dun. Tombstone. Dun. That's that and the Chopper Suit video are two of the greatest things I've ever seen. Oh shit! But all right, man. Episode 50. The fuck is this on my screen? We almost hit 2 hours on this motherfucker. Appreciate everybody coming through. Chuck, appreciate you for coming through. Ray, appreciate you for coming through. We will be back. We trying to get this thing on a regular schedule weekly. 9 Eastern. Translate that to your respective time zones. But every Friday we'll be on this motherfucker. Anybody got anything they want to say before we get up out of here?
There's some battles tomorrow. Queen of the Ring. On Caffeine, So if you ain't got nothing to do between the verses and these female battle rappers, you'll have something to entertain yourself on Saturday night.
And it's free. It's all free.
Talk that free shit.
Hey, appreciate y'all having me on here. I'll try to come through again. You know what I'm saying? Good time, good laugh, good conversation, man. For real.
Damn, Stanley.
It's the drink, dog. Lame hole.
Hey, trust me, Ray. I'm with you, nigga. Bruh,
hey,
favorite.
Salute.
I gotta work tomorrow, so that ain't finna happen. But Ronnie, you got anything?
Nah, that's it, man. Just I guess in terms of podcasting, I shouldn't say we, Court and D are doing recaps of Loki. So if you're watching Loki, check those out. But other than that, thanks for watching. We'll be here every Friday. Yeah, that's all I got.
Chuck, you got anything?
Hold on, let me pull it up. We didn't get to it, but I still need everybody to tell me where they rank a written testimony. You can just send it to me after.
This nigga, man.
I I just need y'all to put some thought into it, man. Just give it a real consideration and figure out where you place it in his discography, bro. I really think.
On that note,
but
on that note, we out.
We out of here, man.